What's up, y'all? It's your boy Justin Vibes, and in this video I'm going to show you how to play the melody to ZEZE. Here's a clip of me playing it. Alright, so that's the melody to ZEZE, and there are three things we're going to focus on when we're going through this video. That is the what, the how, and the why. So the what are the notes. What are the notes? The notes are D sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, and B. And there's a diagram on the screen for you to see. So we have to play the notes in a certain sequence. Now when I name the notes, I name them going up the instrument, meaning going from left to right. But when we play the melody, we have to play the melody going from right to left, because the melody actually goes down the instrument. So we're going to start on B. So B is our first note, then it's A sharp, G sharp, F sharp. However, we're going back to G sharp. So it's going to be B, A sharp, G sharp, F sharp, G sharp. And that's the first phrase. The second phrase is A sharp, and it's a roll on the A sharp, A sharp, F sharp, D sharp. That's the second phrase. And that's pretty much the whole melody, but it's the halfway point of the whole sequence. And so when we repeat it the second time, the first phrase is played again, but then the second time, the second phrase is slightly different. It's still the roll on the A sharp, F sharp, and then you play D sharp twice. So the first time through, the second phrase is one time with the D sharp. And then the second time through the whole thing, it's two times with the D sharp. I'll put that on the screen so you can see. So the whole melody is this. All right, so let's talk about the roll. The roll is simply you just playing one note as fast as you can. You don't want to stress your hands when you do it, so just keep it loose. You want to use your wrist mainly, but again, it's just a roll. I like to start my rolls on my right hand, so it's just natural. I'm a right-handed player, but if you're a left-handed player, then maybe you want to start on your left hand. The only thing is that it may be tricky when we go into this next part of the video. And so in this part of the video, I want to talk about, well, which hands play which notes. That is very important, especially when we play the instrument that we play. We're going to use a technique called alternate sticking, and that's simply you switching your hands every time you play a new note. So I recommend when you play this melody that you start on the right hand. It's a right hand lead. So you do right, left, right, right. First phrase, and then the second phrase, you're going to roll, as we talked about earlier, right, left. And that roll is going to start on the right hand. So it'll be right, left, right, roll, right, left. And then for the second time through that whole thing, right, left, roll, right, left. All right, so the right hand is a right hand roll. Then it's right, left. And the reason why you're doubling your hands, so right, left, is because when you start the phrase over, you want to be able to start the phrase over with the starting hand we started with, which is the right hand. So right, left, and then your right hand is able to start the top of the phrase again. If you were to do this, then you would have to do something like this. So if you did alternate sticking, it might be a little confusing and you might get tripped up on your own self. So that's why on the second phrase, I switched it up and said right, left, or roll right, left. Now the tempo is somewhere between 90 to 95 beats per measure. That is the tempo of the song, also known as the speed. And the way you can do that is using a metronome. If you don't have one, you can Google one, free metronome, and it's a device that tells the speed of the song or the tempo of the song. So you can set it at the number that you need to set it at, type in 90 or maybe 93 or 95, and you press play, you'll hear it click. And once you hear it click, you can play to that tempo. Now, if it's too fast for you, and the way you would know is you make mistakes at that tempo, you slow it down. I recommend maybe 70 to 75 is a good practice tempo, and you practice the melody at that tempo. And give yourself patience, maybe like a few days to a week to get it down perfectly, then start bumping it up to like 75 to 80, somewhere between there. As you do it there, then and so forth, 80 to 85, 85 to 90, somewhere in there. So you just pick a number between 75 to 80 is what I mean. And then you kind of bump it up. And if it's too fast at the 80 mark, then you go back down to like 78, something like that. Now, why these 5 notes and not the other notes? We have 12 different notes in our Western music system, meaning every instrument that we play here, keyboard, well, you probably can't see it here, but it's a keyboard right here, to the instrument I play, the vibraphone, glockenspiel, saxophone, uses 12 different notes. But we're only using 5. Why are we only using 5? Well, that's because the 5 notes are actually a part of a scale. And that scale is the G sharp minor scale. Again, it's a G sharp minor scale. So in that scale, it's G sharp, A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp. That is the G sharp minor scale. And so 5 out of the 7 different notes in that scale are being used in the ZEZE song. The only ones that are not being used are C sharp and E. Everything else is being used in that scale. So that's why we choose those notes. How do we know that we're using that scale? Another way to determine, or the way to determine, I would say, is listening to the bass or the 808. The 808 is usually going to give off the clue of what key we're in. And the 808 is playing G sharp and D sharp actually. So it's playing 2 notes. But with the melody being the certain notes that it is, then you're able to tell between the 2 what key you're in. So that's the inside scoop on how to play the melody ZEZE. If you have any more questions regarding this video, please feel free to comment. No question is dumb or stupid. Feel free to comment. And I know I probably went through it pretty fast, and for some of those, it might make sense. So it's okay, everyone learns different. If you like this video, hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. And yes, let me know if there's any other videos or songs you would like to learn. Until then, peace.